Hi, I'm Gail. Today I'm going to show you how to play the guitar parts to the Beatles song, Octopus's Garden. Oh wait, somebody's at the door. I'll ask Glenn to start the lesson until I get back. This is an easy lesson. I hope that Glenn doesn't screw it up.
Hey, Glenn Davis from Lenexa, Kansas. Yeah, I know, you were expecting Gail to teach you this lesson, but she had to step out a little bit. She asked if I would go over it, so I will. Thank you, that's better. This is Octopus's Garden. Okay, let's get started here. First of all, Octopus's Garden is what's commonly called a 1-6-4-5 progression. Because if you take your diatonic chords with any key you're in, if you're in the key of D, then the diatonic chords are D, E minor, F sharp minor, G, A, and C minor. There's also a diminished, we're not going to get into that. That's the first 6 chords. So the first chord was a D, and the second chord we play is a C minor, which is really the 6th one, so that's a 1, 6, the G was the 4, and the A was the 5, so it's a 1-6-4-5. And then that's pretty much all is in this song. So you're playing a D major pentatonic along with that all the time. When it goes to the solo, it actually changes keys, and the solo is in the key of G major, but it's still a 1-6-4-5 progression. Now it's just... So the solo is played over G, E minor, C, and D. So that's just to point that out. Now I'm going to play the song a little for you and then go over to so you can see how the chords fit in. And then when I'm actually showing you the intro and the solo, I'm going to move the camera up close, and I can really show you the notes real well, and that'll be easy to play then. One thing you'll notice, when I'm playing the D major, it's a D major pentatonic I play, so of course how I always find where that is in the neck, I start with D, played in 10th fret here, and then go down 3 frets, and that's where you still play your pentatonic, but now instead of here it looks like a B minor pentatonic, it's actually a D major pentatonic. And it's the same thing when we're playing in the key of G. If I go up here to G and get down 3 frets, I'm in this E position, and it will look like an E minor pentatonic, but it's actually a G major pentatonic in that position. Okay, let's take a crack at it. I like to be under the sea in Octopus's garden in the shade. We would shout and run about the coral that lies beneath the sea. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. Well, that's how the song is played over the chords, and like I say, 1-6-4-5, and right after that it goes up to the solo where it goes do 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 do. Can you hear how that changes into the key of G when they start it? And then the solo goes something like... Then it goes back down to the D. I like to be under the sea. And an M chorus, but it's the same chord progression. It's just play it in D, and then for the solo we play it in G. Now, I'm going to move the camera up closer so I can show you the solos, just how they go. Okay, we're up close now. So we'll start with the intro here. Again, it's a pentatonic. So we start on the 7th fret here of the D string, and we hit it and then hammer. So it's, and then the G string, we hit it, hammer, and slide. So it's, and then this one, we hit the B string once, then hit it 2 frets up and pull off, then back to the G string. So that's the first part of it. The second part, instead of hitting the B string, we go all the way to the E string, and it goes. Then some doubles. Up here. And that's the whole thing. I guess that note's not a pentatonic. The pentatonic is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th notes of the major scale. That's the 4th note, but it's included in the intro anyway. So it's still in the major scale, of course. So here we go. I'll play it one more time for you real slow. All there is to the intro. Now the solo, we were playing in D major, and then it goes up to G. Do, 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 do. You can hear that when it changes. Okay. Okay, here's the solo. What they do is, then it goes back down, they play the verses in the key of D again. So what we're doing there is we're going to start out here on a D string and hammer it and go, and then stretch the G string here, go down to the E, back to the G, then slide down to the 16th and the 15th fret on the G and B string. Now what they're doing there is first they hit the G string and then the B string 3 times. Then they hit the G and 2 times on the B, and then 1 time on the B, and then they go on to stay on the B and stretch that E string up a whole note then. So it's back to that note on 12th fret. Then we start over again. And then back down to the D. So I'll try and do that solo real slow for you one more time. Hopefully you got all that, and it was a good lesson. I'm sorry Gail didn't make it back, but have a nice day and be nice to everybody.
Hey, I made it back. And look, I'm also a ventriloquist. I can talk without moving my lips.